I hope everyone is doing well. This is kind of a check-in video because I did retire due to my immense back pain that I had daily. I'm not on disability or anything, but I decided to work a couple of part-time jobs, one at the election office. And so I did work here in August in the election office. And wouldn't you know, they put me in a position where I had to carry like a 35-pound bag down from the second floor. They didn't have a cart. I had to load it in my car. I had to take it to the election office, unload it, then load it back at the end of the day, and then take it back to the second floor to return it. And after that experience, I couldn't walk for about 3 days. I was in so much pain. And that's kind of my cycle. When I get in a lot of pain, I usually have a 3-day recuperation period that I have to deal with afterwards. And I've gotten used to that pattern and I know to expect it now. And I don't plan anything for 3 days after I have something like that going on. I know I just need to stick around the house. And then I had my 40th class reunion. I did a lot of standing and sitting on a hard chair at that. I was in horrible pain for about the last half of that reunion. And I really thought about leaving early, but I was hosting it, so I didn't feel like I should. But I was in horrible pain by the time I left that day. Those were both in the same week. I'm going to share with you one of the things that I use for pain here at home that doesn't require a prescription, that is something you can make on your own. So let's get our supplies together and get that mixed up. Today we are going to make some non-pharmacological oil to put on sore joints. My daughter had helped me make this the first time, and I tell you what, I had her make it the second time. I have 2 of these jars, and they're colored so that the stuff stays good in there longer. It needs to be in a amber or darker colored bottle. I have a spray nozzle on it, and I use this on my joints that will hurt or any painful spots, and for me it works really, really well. And I have another little smaller jar that I use, and all of this together lasts me probably 2 to 3 years. So it's not a big investment because it really does work for me and it lasts a long time. Now you can use light sesame oil or you can use grapeseed oil. I chose the grapeseed oil because it's less expensive. You can use essential oils like jojoba oil or eucalyptus oil. That helps for pain. And I'm using nutmeg, which is an anti-inflammatory, and also tea tree oil. Those are the only 2 I'm going to put in this. This is how she made it for me the last time, and it worked terrific. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill our little spray bottles 3/4 of a way with our base oil, which is our grapeseed oil or your light sesame oil. And then we're going to put 15 drops of each type of essential oil in each jar and then mix it really, really well. So I have this little funnel from something. I think it was from some olive oil that I had in a dispenser, but it works perfect for this. So I do recommend that you have some little type of funnel. And then we are going to fill up these until they are about 3/4 full. And you know, I was not really a believer of essential oils until my daughter made this for me as a Christmas present one year. And I'm a believer now. It works terrific. So it's kind of hard to see getting them full all the way. But you just kind of have to play with the essential oils. My husband, the eucalyptus and the jojoba oil actually works better for him. He has a lot of knee pain, but for me, it's these 2. And these oils are not super expensive. I did put some links in the description box if you want to try it yourself. but it's not an expensive investment. So it's something that, you know, is worth trying if you're having a lot of pain or you're taking a lot of medicine and you want to cut back on that and try some of these non-pharmacological ways of helping your pain. Sometimes it helps to fill it where you have some light through it so you can see how full you have your glass. And there we have about 3/4 of the bottle full. Now we're going to put in our 15 drops in each jar. So these can come out kind of fast, so you want to try to keep an eye on that. Okay, that might have been 18, but you know, they come out fast. So and then you're just going to put the lid on and mix it really well, shake it up. And there is your pain relieving oil. As you can see, I already have one of my wrists wrapped up today. Terrible pain in my wrist, and I use it on my wrist a lot. And on my thumbs. I have a lot of arthritis in my thumbs. So I hope that this helps you. Oh, and by the way, this tape you just peel and stick. I learned it from someone else that had arthritis in their wrists, and it does help a lot. In fact, when I've had knee problems, I've even used it on my knees. I can even put a link to that in the description box as well if that's something that would be helpful. It sure beats those old ACE bandages. And you have your pain relieving oil for your joints. I hope this helps. So just a little bit more about that tape. I will put a link in the description box, but it is water resistant, so you can shower with it on and wear it for several days before you have to change it. It does come in pre-cut strips that are about this long, but a lot of times I'll even cut mine in half just to use it around my wrist because I have small wrists. There were 2 rolls that come in this box. I keep a second roll in the camper for when we are traveling. And there are times that this really comes in handy because nothing else is working and I just feel like I need a little bit more support. And then I got the tan color that kind of blends in with my skin so it's not as noticeable. So I try to share some of the things that I do that don't always require taking another pill, because if you're like me, you feel like you take pills all the time. I'm on an anti-inflammatory and I feel like I'm my dad sometimes who was on the blood thinner. I barely touch anything and I'm tearing my skin and I'm bleeding. So I like to share some of these things that I find that help that don't require taking a pill. I feel like we do enough of that. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I highly recommend that oil. I've been using it now, I want to say for, oh my gosh, more than 5 years. More than 5 years my daughter has made this for me. She made it for me for a Christmas present one year, and then a few years ago, I visited her and she refilled all my bottles. And then I just now need to refill them again. So it lasts a long time and a little bit will work. You just squirt a little bit on there and rub it in really good. I kind of feel like a little bit of a heat sensation. I can feel it working, and usually within just a few minutes, it helps. In fact, I keep one in my car when I'm driving because my wrists will hurt when I drive. So I hope to see you in the next video. I hope you're all doing well. Let me know in the comments how you're getting along, and we'll talk soon.